I'm Caitlin Gomez here at the GBTA broadcast studio, and I'm really excited to have with me today April Bridgeman from Edvito and BCD. Thanks for joining me, April.
That's great to be here.
So you debuted a savings calendar this week, so tell me how it aids the travel manager.
Well, basically, we know that travel managers have a lot on their plates. So what we really wanted to do was make it easy for them to identify savings ranges if they were to pursue some new and interesting opportunities that aren't so new that they're not proven, by the way, but also to be able to actually have a takeaway so they could start talking about some of those opportunities with stakeholders, maybe their leadership, and then maybe pursue them further.
So it's not just a pie in the sky idea, but they have a concrete calendar.
Yeah. Basically, it's a calculator. You enter 4 or 5 different statistics about your program, super easy, and the machine just spits out a quick summary of savings and exactly in which areas those savings would occur, and gives the person some talking points and information about each of them. So it's almost like a little infographic that it spits out. We know that one of the most difficult things for any of us to do, not just travel managers, is to basically manage up and sell your ideas up the chain, right? And gain broad support. So we want to make it as easy as possible for travel managers and their colleagues to do that.
Being able to quantify that is really important.
Have materials to take and support a discussion.
Like that one-page snapshot of
Exactly.
like, here you go, this is what the actions and the reactions. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate on the 4 categories that the savings opportunity has had?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first category is around demand management, and we're focusing on what we call total collaboration management. And we look at what would happen if you saved 10%, just 10% of your internal travel costs by substituting virtual collaboration virtual collaboration for actual travel.
Okay.
And
the other 3?
Yeah.
I just realized I was like, there are 3 more.
There are 3 more. The next is around behavior management, and it's the opportunity that there are several platforms on the market now can support, where you use behavioral economics theory to get travelers to make choices that are lower cost, but acceptable to them, and you may or may not give that traveler an incentive for making that choice. And there's significant money to be found when you incent travelers, or at least even cue them in the booking path about what options they could be taking that would cost the company less and maybe be perfectly fine for them. The third is around what we call more advanced category management. It's our dynamic performance management process, where we use multiple data sources and analytics to actually manage suppliers in a very different way than we typically do today. So if you think of the hotel season, you're working with the suppliers mostly during one time of the year. And then you're just looking at some reports, making maybe some small tweaks if you've got time. Most people don't, right? Along the year, and then you start the cycle over again. We want to be actively working with the supplier community all of the time, in real time,
that season.
And using market data from shopping thousands and thousands of hotels across many different channels to see, gosh, is your negotiated rate even competitive? Using rate availability data, using other performance metrics to be able to say, oh, you need another hotel here, or your hotel here isn't competitive, and just constantly driving savings for the program. And those can be very lucrative practices, actually. And the fourth is really just reshopping and price assurance. And it's shocking to me how few programs have adopted reshopping technology, particularly around hotels. What's common across all 4 of these areas is that they're newer, right? Not a lot of companies are pursuing them, which I'm a little perplexed by, but I guess I know what some of the underlying factors are. It's tough to change in a big organization. I guess what I find is the best thing about them is that they're all traveler positive. So not one of them, to save something for the company is going to take something away from the traveler. And
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. And bringing them top of mind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So lastly, why would a company with a managed travel program not be taking it? Like, we talked about the fact that they don't even, maybe they don't know about it, or?
I think I'm sure most people are on top of what's available out in the marketplace, but I think one of the things, there's time. There's so many new product services opportunities hitting our business travel market, really for the first time ever. It's tough to keep up with them, right?
Yeah.
So that's number one. Number two, I think a lot of travel programs are a little change averse. It's tough. Travel creates a lot of noise if it doesn't go well, we all know. And to try something new, there's risk around it, and depends on how much support that travel manager has.
Yeah.
And then finally, I'd say the other piece is that we're not giving them the tools to sell these ideas internally to their stakeholders enough, which is something we're absolutely trying to start to change with our
with your savings calculator. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Well, April, thank you so much for stopping by and talking to us today. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks, Caitlin.
And that's all from me here at the GBTA Broadcast Studio. See you next time.